Now, for more developments on President Cyril Ramaphosa's reshuffle of his executive last night, our senior politics reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo joins us now from the Union building. Ziyanda, a very good morning to you. 4 focal areas as President Cyril Ramaphosa announced his changes yesterday: finance, defense, health and state security. What sort of reaction is coming out of these major moves?
Well, Mpo, I can tell you that there's been mixed reaction to the president's latest cabinet reshuffle, but one of the 2 key things that have been said so far is that, one, the president was really trying not to step on too many people's toes, and linked to the first point is that he's actually just managing his internal dynamics within the ANC and not necessarily looking at the service delivery capacity and the consequence management of the ministers within his current cabinet. Now, we also know, Paul, at this stage that at around 11 o'clock we're expecting those ministers to be sworn in, Paul, at the presidential guest house, and that's when, of course, everything will be made official. Another point that has been made, Paul, is that I don't know if you'd consider this criticism, but I suppose more questions around what's going to happen now with National Assembly Speaker Thandi Modise now being made Minister of Defense, whether or not that was the right move to have the head of this important arm of the state, someone who's got institutional memory, being moved to defense, given the recent unrest that we've had in the country, given the criticisms that Parliament and the scrutiny that it's faced when looking at the testimony being given at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. But certainly when it comes to one of the highlights and may not necessarily be the most positive is that of the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana and the controversies of him allegedly being involved in taking pension monies from a textile company and the pension funds of workers there. It's alleged that this was around 100 million rand, and so while the markets are expected, of course, to react to this, we also know that critically, Mpo, one of the issues that the president had to deal with is that of former Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize, who we know resigned hours before that cabinet reshuffle, speaking then to the point that this was a management of the internal dynamics within the ANC, in particular when discussing KwaZulu-Natal, and that the president had to manage not firing, so to speak, too many heavyweights from KwaZulu-Natal, especially since in the top 6 at the last conference of Nasrec in 2017, it was the first time that there wasn't a single leader from KwaZulu-Natal, despite it being the biggest bloc of the ANC, being elected into the party's top 6.
Ramaphosa has also taken responsibility for the state security cluster, moving it a little bit closer. And we also heard him signaling his disappointment in the manner in which the unrest and the chaos and the looting in Gauteng and KZN compromised South Africa's security. So that security cluster move is also one of high significance. Okay, we're going to have to leave it there for now with our reporter, senior politics reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo, with the basic, plan for the day when it comes to what will happen. She's stationed at the Union buildings, of course, giving us more as the president made the major changes to his cabinet.